Well, my name is Locksley. I was born in Trelawney, Jamaica in 1953. I came over here when I was 7. So initially I'm from Jamaica but lived most of my life in England and most of it in Derby. I didn't actually know my parents until I was about 7 because I was born in Jamaica, and basically my mum was sent over here and my dad sort of missed her, so he sort of came over and they sent for me. It was kind of strange at first, but they are very sort of, in a funny sort of way, very humble people in terms of, my mother always said things like, I don't want any police in this house, you know, we don't want any trouble and so forth, can't get in any trouble. But like all youngsters, yes, I did get in sort of some trouble when I was young and did this, but they always had that honesty, integrity that said, okay, if you did something wrong, there is a price to pay and you need to pay the price. So, for instance, if my mother ever said to me, did you do that? I would never lie to her. I did lots of little things, voluntary work. I did lots of work with young people on a sporting complex because I played football and I enjoyed sports. So I did some voluntary work at youth centre. And a couple of years later, I did an access course in youth and community work, which got me into Manchester Polytechnic to do youth work. While doing the youth work course, I sort of had a realisation that young people had a major problem, and the major problem was the transition from school to the world of work. My passion in life has always been sort of working with people and being involved and thinking, you know, I can help people in terms of making that transition. I do what I want to do because I enjoy it. I go to work because I don't see it as work. I don't sort of panic, or I don't think, oh, I don't need to go to work, what can I do? You know, you have to carry yourself in a respectful way in life, and you have to be able to walk with your head up and answer any questions that's asked of you. Well, I think the respect for the parents isn't there. I see arguments, I see young people talking to their parents really disrespectfully when they come to college. And I think, you know, one of the things that they need to realise is that your parents gave you birth, right? But they also looked after you when you was really useless. They fed you milk, they got you when you couldn't change your nappies, they did everything to get you to that level. Because everything they've done is for your good and to get you to where you want to go, and all of a sudden you're not listening to them. A community isn't necessarily a black community, an Asian community, a white community. I've lived in England most of my life, so there are certain, if you like, white people who are part of my community and have been part of my life. So I think we all have our own community, but it's becoming very smaller in terms of, if you like, people we trust and people we get on with. But as for the wider community, it's still out there, and you look at Derby, and in a sense Derby is a community, but there's so many different nationalities in Derby that it's difficult to gel them all together. Community is humanity.